Welcome back, brothers and sisters. Braden, Tim, Second Legacy, you are amazing. And today I've got to show Tim something. He's never seen it. You guys may have seen it on my channel. We hit it last night. But I swear to you, we have actual state governments that are being completely taken over by gun control organizations. I'm going to walk you through the entire thing right now, but if you guys are enjoying this channel, the banter, the sarcasm, the humor, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. And with that said, Tim, what I'm about to show you is a public service announcement. I'm going to set it up a little bit, okay? This is a public service announcement that was posted by the president of Brady United.
My favorite
gun control group.
They're almost as good as Giffords.
Such a good one. No, yes, such a good one. Well, Giffords has got a different thing going on where they're giving $15 million to the Harris campaign. And then, of course, in consideration for that, her husband is getting considered for VP. It's almost weird.
Oh,
anyway.
Cool. Cronyism.
Different thing. I'm sure it has nothing to do with anything. Nepotism, all the things. Well, so this is about red flag laws. So what I'm going to do is just kind of play it out, and I'm going to kind of give you some context afterwards. So, Dr. Slides, could you throw 18 for us and show the people?
Jay, it's me. I spoke to Mom and Dad. We don't think you should have a gun right now. It's temporary. Things felt dangerous. I think you need to talk to somebody.
I don't know which way to turn.
Jay, you took that first hard step to find someone that can help you on the path to recovery.
You sound good.
I think I see a way through.
Jay.
Touching, wasn't it?
The fiction is amazing.
It's good fiction, isn't it?
I mean, they're great at storytelling, apparently.
I know.
I mean, because there's very...
I don't know where to start.
Yeah. I mean, you know, they make these types of propaganda hit pieces because what they're trying to do is to get you to voluntarily surrender your rights. And
absolutely.
So I can guarantee you, if a restraining order is used, the few times that they're actually used, at least in my state, because they've had them here for some time. They're not used very often. Very, very rarely are they used. It doesn't play out the way it did in this video, right? Vast majority of the times, it's some jilted ex that doesn't want her soon-to-be ex-husband having firearms because she's just being vindictive, and they try to get a restraining order against that person, right? There's no evidence of violence or anything like that. It's just purely vindictive behavior. And that's how most of the times these play out in states that actually have them. But the problem with restraining orders, temporary restraining orders, or red flag laws as they're commonly referred to, is that they circumvent your constitutionally protected rights. So due process, out the window. No such thing. You just, somebody you don't even know is happening, a relative or whatever, can go to a Star Chamber court by themselves. You don't get to face your accuser, and they get to tell a judge this person's dangerous and they shouldn't have a gun, and the judge will issue a restraining order, and they come take your property away from you. Now you're guilty until proven innocent, and now you have to go to the time and expense to prove your innocence to retain your rights and your property. That's how they normally play out. Not like this little fiction story 100%. They just told you here. So
right, but the thing that kills me about this, well, there's so many things that kill me about this. The way that this is framed from the sister calling the brother, that's not how this works. So the sister, and this is the big irony of the entire thing, the sister calling the brother or the father calling the son, like a family conversation about something like this, is the way that it used to be and should be. That's the whole point. The entire thing is, we care about each other. We'll hold on to them for you if there's a serious problem. We take care of ourselves. But the thing that they're trying to frame here is what our solution is, they're trying to represent or misrepresent as what theirs is. So the firearms restraining orders, it is not a sister calls a brother and it's like, you know, it's just temporary. We're just going to hold on to this for you. No.
Right.
As Tim just said, they literally contact the state government without your knowledge. The police show up after a judge and your family member or your friend or your priest or your teacher has set an accusation against you, and you lose your gun rights out of an abundance of caution. And you have to fight to get your rights back between 6 to 18 months, and then it can be renewed instantly. This whole fallacy of a caring sister is taking care of a brother who's in a destructive cycle. That's not what we're talking about.
No. And the other thing is that this doesn't address is they pretended this little storyline that taking the gun out of the equation suddenly cures the person. They just take a bath in the river and, oh my gosh, here's mom. Everything's better. It was the gun. The gun was talking to me. Just get the gun out of the picture and suicide stops. That's not how it works, folks. If somebody's already on the edge and you go and prod them and take away their property, have the police come into their homes, further pushing them over the edge of feeling like they're failures or whatever, there are other ways to kill yourself. People take pills, hang themselves. A friend of ours hung themselves in his own garage. I mean, there are other ways that people do this. It's not addressing the problem. What this is doing is pushing an agenda. The agenda is disarmament. And
correct. And the other part is it's the agenda of disarmament utilizing a highly emotional topic.
Right. Exactly.
That's the part that frustrates me so much, because if you look at everything that we deal with in the gun world, if you look at everything that we deal with on our gun rights side, the fights that we do, the legislative, the judicial, every single thing, if you hear an emotional argument, that means they are attempting to take something from you. Because if you can't make it in sound logic, if you can't make it in constitutional grounds, if you can't make it in actual confines of our Second Amendment, then they're just going to shift to emotion, and then they can take anything that they want.
Yep.
And that is standard. That is what they do, and it bothers me to no frickin' end.
Yep. Well, they don't look. It's never about addressing the actual true problem here. This is all about pushing the agenda of taking your guns away. And so they're going to use anything they possibly can. This is why they tie things together that have no relationships whatsoever to firearms or suicides or even violence.
Like the cancer patient.
Right. They've tried that.
The cancer patient kid. Yeah.
Tying cancer to gun ownership. The two killers of children or something.
Or the daughter who died or drowned in the pool while her parents prayed for hopes and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. It's just purely insulting, nonsensical behavior that is meant to elicit an emotional response to get you to willingly surrender your rights. And this is the childish nature of the left and their agendas. And it's disgusting because, in my mind, it's mocking suicide, right?
I agree. It is, and it's a very serious topic.
Right. And they're mocking suicide to gain political points. And it's disgusting behavior, but then they're leftists. That's what they're known for. Disgusting, violent, many times violent behavior.
Not Democrats, just so you guys know, leftists, like the progressive, the socialists, the break
the
a few eggs to get an
lunatics.
omelet. That crowd.
Yeah.
That crowd.
The people that burn cities.
So, yes. Here's the other thing that really bothers me about this. And this is kind of the part when I back out and take the emotional response of me to this. They are doing this, like, for example, Brady United. This is a partnership with the Illinois Department of Public Health. So, like, they are infiltrating entire state governments, okay? Then you've got Everytown for Gun Safety, who is utilizing the power and the seat of the city of Chicago to sue Glock, but they're going to argue it, but they're doing it on behalf of Chicago. So what the left is doing, and this is the gun controllers, they've literally set up camp inside these bureaucracies and inside these legislative governments and these executive branches of the deep blue bastions, and they are using the internal power structures like the Department of Health or the lawfare system against the gun world, against gun rights. They're making an open play to completely take over and utilize these governments as their own bully pulpit because they can't do it because they're not a state government.
Yep.
That's exactly what's happening.
Yep. They're disgusting, nasty people. And it's just, seeing stuff like that's just infuriating. Watching that video clip is just absolutely infuriating. Again, because I see it as making a mockery of suicide, something that's affected me and my friends and family. So, yeah, not funny, not cool, not edgy. You're just a-holes. Anyway, thanks for watching Second Legacy. We'll talk to you guys soon.